You have left the ruins. I can't believe you made it out without killing anyone, Flowey says. He lifts his head off your shoulder and beams at you. You're amazing. You are an amazing woman, and you proceed to talk about how amazing you are. If someone were to describe you, they would say she's a woman. Her outfit looks nice today. She's going out tonight. You deserve all the praise. Knowing how amazing you are fills you with determination. You clap your hands together and enthusiastically step forward. Your flats crunch into the snow. For some reason, there is snow outside the ruins. The path leading up to the ruins door is mostly untouched, which means no one has come out of the ruins since it last snowed. Inside a mountain? It snowed inside a mountain? Will wonders ever cease? You look up and ponder if you will see clouds, and surprisingly, you do not see any clouds, and it makes you sad. The cave ceiling is much higher out here than in the ruins, but it's still certainly a cave ceiling. The ceiling is mostly a dark brown with stalactites that hang from the ceiling and glitter with a faint red. While the ceiling is tall, you do not think it is tall enough to allow change in the weather. You squint your eyes, then again, this is a magical kingdom. What do you know, as logic is likely irrelevant here? You shiver. It's rather chilly, isn't it? Brrr. Your indigo eyes peer around. There's not much to see aside from snow and leafless black trees. A small wind picks up some snow flurries that dance around your pair of sturdy jeans, because you were smart this time, you covered up a little. Are you cold? Flowey asks you with concern. You admit you aren't well dressed to be trekking through snow. You're a little bit stupid that way. Flowey places leaves on your back. There's a tingly sensation and suddenly you're much warmer. I don't have much magic, but I can at least keep you warm, Flowey says with a shy smile. How sweet. You thank Flowey. You feel much better about your journey now. You take your next step through the snow. It's deep enough the entire foot sinks into it. Lucky your flats are the water-resistant kind. You walk through the snow and keep your gaze sharp to look for any potential monsters or traps. Or monsters loving traps. Or vice versa. You expect to run into them at some point. It's completely silent in the snowy forest except for your footsteps. You wonder what you will face. Flowey raises his head. I haven't left the ruins in a long time. The monsters outside are much stronger. You have to be careful. You imagine that snow isn't comfortable for the flower either, completely ignoring what his warning was. Flowey chuckles. Yeah, past Snowdin it warms up. It only snows here. Oh, you were about to ask why when... Snip snap. You stop walking. What's wrong? Flowey asks you. You didn't step on anything that can make that sound. You look around annoyed. Hey, you seem a little spooked, human, drawls a deep, gravelly voice of a certain skeleton. Sans, you better not kill me this time. You turn around to face the owner of the new voice. The monster is a skeleton, at least you think. He's short in stature, but has a roundness to him that should be impossible for a skeleton. He wears black with yellow striped shorts, a red turtleneck, and a black jacket with a fur-lined hood. He grins at you. Hey there, Indigo Eyes. What's a human like you doing out here? Explain to him you fell down. That much is obvious, human. I mean, what you're doing still alive. The skeleton grins, feels malicious. Oh dear. You decide to do your best to keep the conversation civilized. You introduce yourself. What a dumb name, he says. Nah. You ask to hear his name. Me? I'm Sans. Sans the skeleton. The skeleton offers you a hand. Put him there. And like an idiot, he accepts the hand. The moment you touch his hand, a jolt of energy shoots through you. Your entire body shakes violently and convulses. You cannot breathe, and your heart beats so quickly and erratically you are certain you will die. You do. You have died. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not you, Indigo Eyes. Oh, shut up, Sans. Me. You say you would rather shake his other hand. He chuckles. Alright, have it your way. He offers his other hand, which you take and you live. You seem like the bland type. How's about you come with me? Sans shrugs. Not like you have much of a choice. Only way forward, unless you want to try to go through the woods. The woods are very dense, and you'll likely get lost if you try to go through them. Try anyway? Absolutely not. Just follow him and just grin and bear it for now. Be careful, Flower whispers in the ear. I don't trust this guy. No. I'm hurt, Sans sarcastically drawls out, his grin never leaving. Come on, human, you want to get out of the cold, don't you? You do. Flowey's magic is appreciated, but it's not flawless. You shouldn't stay out in the snow longer than necessary. Sans takes the lead. You notice he doesn't sink into the snow like you do. In fact, he doesn't leave any footsteps behind. The snow quickly moistens, filling up behind him. It's a curious thing to watch. You glance behind you and notice that your footsteps are also refilled by the surrounding snow. Although it happens at a much slower rate, you ask Sans about it. Where the fuck would I know? He mutters. You ask Flowey while contemplating whether or not you need to slap Sans. But then you remember, 1 HP. So you refrain from slapping him. Why are you only nicer in your own route? Why can't you be nice in some of the others? Well, I think it's because the environment is enriched with magic. Flowey bounces in the backpack, his face scrunching up. I've only been here once when it was snowing, and I saw it leak out of those crystals above us. Flowey points to the red glowing stalactites. That's interesting. Where does the water come from? There's a marsh past Snowdin, explains Flowey. A river runs through the whole kingdom. A marsh underground? How does anything grow without sunlight? Magic, says Flowey. Ah, yes, of course. Keep up, Indigo Eyes, says Sans. Nee. You pick up the pace. Do you mind? I'm having a lesson of education over here from Flowey. Flowey is teaching me important things that you are refusing to teach me. I love you to pieces, Sans, but at the same time, sometimes you are just so goddamn frustrating. Why can't you be a gentleman? The path through the snowy forest leads out to a wide clearing. Sans stops at the end of the path and points to the far right. That will take you to Snowdin, says Sans. Of course, you'll have to get approved to enter by the boss first. Boss? Yep. Sans puts his hands in his pocket. You should be here any second. Oh, wow. This is really suspicious, Flowey whispers. Yeah, he pretty much literally is like, oh, this person's weak. I'm gonna let my bro mess them. I'm gonna let my bro... Oh my god, that's literally what he was doing. He was going to let his brother freaking murder me. The little douche. How dare you? Why did it take me so many routes to realise that's what Sans did? Sans assessed the situation. He tested us out. And because we did a smart response to him, he's thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe I can let my brother have a little bit of playing around with this one. That's it, because we're weak and pathetic to him. Oh my god. You'll be okay, I'll keep you safe. Sans, there you are, you lazy... There's a loud voice ahead of you. You see a skeleton in red and black clothes march across the snow-covered plains. Even at a distance, you can see he is tall, taller than any human you've ever met. He drives across the snow with ease and stops short when he notices you. There's a good bit of distance between you and the new skeleton, but he's close enough you can see his appearance. His semi-closed eyes with 2 scars on his right eye and sharp teeth like Sans. He wears a red scarf cape, a pointed black shirt, black trousers, and long red gloves. He looks cool! He looks so freaking amazing! Sorry for missing our meetup time, boss, says Sans in a tone a touch nervous. I wonder why you were late. Probably if you'd spend more time going to see your brother rather than dilly-dallying and trying to murder me, Sans, none of this would have happened. You notice there's beads of red glistening sweat on his scalp. I was escorting this human after freaking killing me. I can infer as much, Sans. Hello, human, says the skeleton. You introduce yourself with a smile. Hello, Papyrus. My name is Twinkle, and I recently got murdered by your brother, but that's okay. I'll forgive you too, because you're my friends later on. Also, this is my flower friend. This is Flowey. Do not harm him, do not touch him. He is mine. Hands off. This is my buddy. I know that you make friends with Flowey as well, but this one is mine. The skeleton tilts his head. A human who knows basic manners? Will Sans actually tell a funny joke next? Sans immediately protests. Hey! Human, I will give you the honour of knowing my name. I am the great Papyrus of the Royal Guards. It is my duty to capture or kill all humans who trespass into our kingdom. Within the premise that his brother actually allows him to see the human. If they are not worthy, then he does not allow. That's not good for you. You considered how to respond. I mean, he just told you he's either going to capture or kill you. How do you respond to that? Your little wee heart is going to break. Papyrus does not give you much time. Human, you have caught me at a good time. Oh? Does that mean he won't try to kill you? Also, how did we catch you at a good time if you were slightly annoyed at Sans not actually being here on time? His expression lightens to that of amusement, but then again, he probably was that impressed by my manners. Don't be a scene. Instead, I will give you a choice. Surrender here and now, and I will capture you instead of killing you. Or you may try to proceed and die in a horrible manner by my traps. Traps like puzzles! This is where my character... Why? Papyrus gives you a choice to capture you instead of killing you. And the second the word comes out of his precious mouth and says traps, my character's like, oh, le gasp! He said the magic word? Yes, human. Oh, you love traps. You enthusiastically agree to try out the traps. Oh? Sans stares at you dubious. What? Seriously? Yes, you were so disappointed in how the puzzles worked in the ruins. How dare that other human ruin your chances of having some fun? Spoil sport. It's hard to get a read on Papyrus's mood. Understandable, probably no other human was like super duper enthusiastically excited about the idea of, puzzles. His face is difficult to read and his body language is standoffish. Your gut, however, tells you he feels hesitant. Understandable. Uncertain, perhaps even unsettled. All understandable. These are not toys, human. They will kill you. Sans, are you sure you did not drop this one on their head or trip them up, or did you use your buzzer on them? I probably did, bro. I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe I short-circuited them, but they're alive, so I don't know. They also shook my other hand, so I probably didn't use my buzzer on them, but I can't be sure. Sans, you sound very confused. I am. Why is the human happy? I have no idea. Maybe, or maybe not. Regardless, it's better than fighting Papyrus now. Okay, this is where you and me both disagree, okay? Okay? You're like, puzzles. Me, I'm like, no, I'd rather go for a fist fight. I don't like puzzles. Really depends on the puzzle. But I would much rather we talk, discuss, and not have to see a puzzle. Puzzles make my brain literally frizzle up into nothing. Maze puzzles especially. I freaking hate mazes. Anyway, where was I before, like, my trauma was starting up again? Oh, yes. And who knows, these puzzles might be fun. Papyrus smiles at you. It doesn't look sincere. You wonder to yourself if he's putting on a front. Very well. How could I refuse such enthusiasm? Come here, brother. Okay, boss. I can just imagine that Sans is like, what in the earth just happened? Are they stupid? They must be stupid. Or maybe they're up to something. What is going on? My brother. What? Why? That's the weirdest thing humans have said to date. This one is crazy. He walks over to Papyrus without sparing you another look. Stop calling me boss. Okay, boss. Sans, Papyrus's fists clench into fists. He looks away from Sans in disgruntled disgust. Are you prepared, human? I'm so sorry. Brother, you wait till we're alone later. You jubilantly beam. Yes, you are. You can do this. The idea of getting to conquer monster puzzles fills you with determination. Oh, good lord, my character is going to annoy me. Oh well, off we go. Filled with determination, you tell Papyrus that you are ready. This first puzzle is one I only recently added, says Papyrus. You see the space between us? There is a trap buried underneath the snow. Any non-magical living creature who steps onto the trap will be shockingly unhappy. Mwahaha. There's a thing by here I've noticed he just said. Any non-magical living creature. So, say now, a human that has magic steps onto it, in theory it doesn't hurt that human because they're a magic user. This is how you could find if someone is a wizard. Surely some human that came down there did have magic. How do they deal with those ones? Did Sans just get rid of them because he's like, oh no, any magical users, oh no, you're a wizard. Sorry Harry Potter, but I'm gonna have to deal with you. You're not going near my bro. You just die right here, Harry. The boy who lived finally died by Sans. Papyrus laughs to himself. It's an infectious laugh you can't resist smiling from. How can you cross something like this? Like that? Flowey's voice is drenched with worry. Do not worry, human. I am a monster with integrity. All of my puzzles have solutions, even for creatures like you. There is a path where the traps will not activate. For this puzzle, all you must do is find that path. Papyrus drags a foot through the snow in front of him to create a line. If you can reach me, here, you will succeed, and I will allow you to move on to the next puzzle. I remember this in the comic as well. This exact scene where he just, like, draws a line in the snow. And he tells Sans to go give something to the human. And Sans just walks along the whole freaking path, and then obviously the character just ends up going down the path that Sans marked with his feet. I can't remember that puzzle, what that one was. I can't remember what comic that was. If anyone knows what comic that was, let me know if you remember that exact one. It could be the one with Sans of Papyrus, though. The one I mentioned before with the I said it in another episode I did. I'm pretty sure it's part of that exact one. Forward you go. You take a couple steps forwards. So far, so good. Which way do we go now? Right. Now let's hop forward. Left. Oh, forward. Once we see this, it's forward. Forward. You crossed the line drawn in the snow. You did it. You made it through the puzzle. Wow, said Sans. First try, beginner's luck, eh? Twinkle is very smart, Flowey loudly says behind you, and you give your little flower friend a pat on the head. Thanks, Flowey, for believing in me. Well done, human, says Papyrus. You smile. Papyrus's eyes narrow. Do not get cocky, human. You say you're looking forward to the next puzzle. Then let us not delay. Come, human. This next puzzle was put together by my brother. Oh, says Sans, looking uncomfortable. You know, you probably could have got this done had you not been spending time trying to kill me with your buzzer, Sans. I love you, but at the same time, you should have thought ahead. You... Papyrus notices immediately. What is wrong, brother? Well, you see, boss, I mean, I was meaning to set it up, really. I just didn't find the time. What do you mean you didn't find the time? All you do is sleep or drink at Grillby's. If you spent a fraction of the time you spent laughing around on your puzzles, Papyrus stomps on the ground, the red gleam in his eyes brightening. Sans winces from Papyrus's lecture. You offer to wait for Sans to put the puzzle together. Papyrus sighs loudly. No, then we would be here all day. Let's simply move on to mine. You agree. You say you're looking forward to the next puzzle, and Papyrus gives you an indescribable look. You can't tell if he's dubious of your claim or pleased. You hope he's pleased. You cross the plains. You decide to walk between the two skeletons. See, at this point, I would... No, never mind. Walking between them is a good idea. I mean, they both... Yeah. Yes, between them's a good idea, rather than, like, behind or in front, yeah. I would watch Sans, though. Just make sure you don't hold hands with Sans. Make sure it's not the glove that has the buzzer. There are many dead trees on the outskirts of the plains, along with the patches of ice that is difficult to walk. Papyrus and Sans remain completely unbothered by the terrain. Either the skeletons can use magic to make their journey easier, or they're simply accustomed to it. They're accustomed to it, probably. You look around as you walk. There's not much more to see aside from snow, ice, a cave ceiling, and dead trees. After some minutes of trekking through the snow, you start to feel your toes go numb. You think it would be nice to get out of the snow soon. It is then that you spot a wooden bridge, and on the other side of the bridge you can see buildings. A town! Stay here, human, says Papyrus as he and Sans cross the bridge. You take the time to inspect the bridge. It covers a chasm between the forest and the town. The chasm stretches to your right and left as far as your eyes can see. You wait for them to cross. Now, anybody besides me wonder how exactly they set up a bridge in the first place? I mean, that's a giant drop. How exactly do they go about doing it? But I mean, I know they're magic users, so that makes sense. But I mean, like, in real life, how the heck even? Anyway. Once Papyrus and Sans arrive on the other end of the bridge, Papyrus awards you with a smile. Your manners have impressed me, human. You are the first of your kind to do so, and I greatly appreciate it. That surprises you. Were the other humans not polite? Your question makes Sans and Papyrus laugh. Good joke, Indigo Eyes. Sans laughs. Sans, I know for a fact you know my name, because you said my name was bad. Use my name and not my eye colour. The humans I have encountered would normally attack on sight, says Papyrus, or start acting hysterically. Sobbing, screaming, pleading. It was embarrassing to watch. Sneers Sans. Oh. Those poor humans. Was it really poor humans? Again, it depends on, like, what year they fell down, what exactly was the situation back then and all that. Like, Anyway, moving on. But as you have remained civil company, I will give you a chance for the honor to face me, says Papyrus, if you make it across the bridge. You do not want to fight it. Wait, what's wrong with the bridge? Good of you to ask, human. You notice Papyrus has his hand on a pedestal at the end of the bridge. He pulls out a red crystal from the pedestal and the bridge disappears. You and Flowey gasp. This is a magical bridge. It will only exist so long as it has magic. Papyrus hoists the crystal into view. Now, of course, we know this comes back later in episode 4 of Ezreal's route, the part where I went back to check and, like, react to that. But it's good to see that these bridges, this is not the only bridge this is not the only place this bridge actually exists. This is the crystal that supplies that magic. Papyrus places the crystal back onto the pedestal. The wooden bridge reappears. I will ask you a question. If you answer correctly, you may advance. If you do not, I will remove the crystal and you will fall to your death. You take a glance at the chasm between you and the village. You may, of course, refuse this challenge. Another snowstorm is due tonight, so you will likely freeze to death if you remained out there. Papyrus laughs. Not much of a choice, is it? So pretty much what Papyrus is implying here is that if we don't accept his challenge, he's just going to, like, walk off with the crystal and the bridge is not going to be there. Okay. But I know for a fact both skeletons can teleport, so that's very unfair. It's inconsiderate of the other monsters. Anyway. No, not really. The bridge is the only way into Snowdin, says Papyrus. Your only way is forward. Either freeze to death from the inaction, fall to your death from stupidity, or die by my hands in battle. None of those options are appealing, but you think at least one of those choices can be changed. You take a step onto the bridge and give Papyrus a grin. You are filled with determination, you will take on his challenge, and you will win. Good, let's start off with something easy. Papyrus taps on the crystal with a clawed red glove. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I? An echo, of course. You may take a few steps forward, human, says Papyrus. You do so. The bridge creaks underneath you, making you feel very nervous. You see, I wouldn't cope with this type of bridge. It's like, I don't know, my stomach will do flip-flops depending on, like, certain things that happen, but I'm not too comfortable with heights. Least of all on rickety bridges with gaps in between. If it's like a solid bridge, maybe, so long as I just keep walking forward and don't look left or right or down. But otherwise, yeah. But yet I could get in a plane just fine. Like, I went up in a plane and I didn't, like, have any issues. So it seems to be, depending on, like, if the terrain is stable or not. Like, I'm not okay with going upstairs that have gaps in them. that you can see either side, there's like no banisters to keep you from falling, then I do not feel that sturdy anymore, and I feel very nauseous. So, take it what you will. You stop when Papyrus holds up a hand. He smiles at you when you do. You get the feeling it's a warm smile than before. Next question. I add 6 to 11 and get 5. Why is this correct? Time as in hours. Time you explain. 6 hours to 11 a.m. would make it 5 p.m. Papyrus nods approvingly, his smile widening. You may reach halfway. I will ask you one more question, human. You made it halfway. One more question to go. You got this, Twinkle. What disappears as soon as you say its name? What? Says Flowey. Silence, because once you say it, the silence is broken. That's a really clever one. Congratulations, human, you have the bare minimum of intelligence to fight me. That always makes me laugh. The fact he's like, you had the bare minimum intelligence needed to fight me. Now I'm okay with fighting you. I won't feel bad for fighting you. If you were stupid, I would. Kind of, that's what I get the feeling that is. I know that's not what Papyrus is thinking, though, or saying, but still. Says Papyrus. You thank Papyrus for the compliment. I feel like this is something probably Sans has told him. Brother, you certainly can't fight anyone if they got, like, if they don't have at least the bare minimum of intelligence to fight you. Because then it would just be an unfair fight. You'd win, hands down. Oh, and I definitely wouldn't want that. I want them to have a fair chance. Exactly. Only to then, you know, kill or be killed comes into a fight and they're like, Sans, remember what we said before? Yeah. Forget it, we'll just kill them on sight. Messy, you know? Yeah. You think he's happy for a moment, but then his smile drops and his posture shifts to standoffish again. He clears his throat. I will let you pass. You may visit Snowdin for your final meal. I will be waiting for you at the end of town. If you keep me waiting too long, I will hunt you down, so do not dally, human. It's nice he's letting you pass now. You're one step closer to being his friend. The thought of it fills you with determination. Papyrus waits for you to reach the end of the bridge. As soon as your feet touch solid ground, you are instantly relieved. Well, enjoy your stay, Indigo Eyes, says Sans. He waves goodbye to you as he leaves. Me. Goodbye, Indigo Eyes. Me. You know my name. Use it. Sans, man. We made it to Snowdin, Twinkle, says Flowey. Yes, you did. Technically, yes, we did, because Flowey's with me. Enter Snowdin. Snowdin! It's a cute village, you think? The path from the bridge leads to the main street. There are many shops lined along the main street, and behind those shops are rows and rows of the cutest little houses. There are lamppost lines along the pathways, each with a red crystal that dully glows. The futuristic of a snow town you see in family-friendly movies. Not at all would you imagine to be a monster town. There is snow on each roof, and you can see smoke billowing out of the chimneys. The smoke spirals lazily into the air before being absorbed into the cave ceiling. The red stalactites from above have cast everything in a reddish hue. You notice some monsters in the road. They ignore you. At least they're not attacking you. Snowdin is one of the few villages outside the kingdom, Flowey explained. The monsters here tend to stay disconnected. So why do they attack Flowey then? Why were they just a bunch of douches? What the heck? If they say, like, they're not going to attack a human on sight and all that because of, like, Sans and Papyrus, why the hell did they pick on the little flower for? Because he said he got attacked by these people. That's why he doesn't come out here. Who was picking on the flower? Point them to me. I'll give them what's worth. What is that? I don't know. Maybe you can ask another monster about it later. For now, you decide on what you should do. Papyrus doesn't want to be kept waiting, but it feels like it'd be a waste to ignore the town. At the very least, you want to go inside somewhere to warm up your poor little toes. Or maybe you'd rather explore elsewhere before venturing further into Snowdin. Okay, so I definitely need to get the stick. So let's go and do that first. Leave Snowdin. It'd be nice to explore a bit. You're not going inside? Flowey asks you. You explain to Flowey you want to take a look around. It's not every day you get to explore a magical kingdom, after all. There isn't much of a kingdom anymore, Flowey remarks. Maybe so. You follow the path outside of Snowdin and cross the bridge. There's a divide in the road. The path goes straight is where you came from. It'll take you back to the ruins, but the path on your right and left are new. Who knows where they could lead? The path to the left. Your flats crunch in the snow, all is silent. There is a wind that picks up a bit of snow. You stretch out your hand. Snowflakes hit and melt against your hand. Where does the snow blow underground? You look up at the stalactite. Is it all caused from magic? Can magic really do so much? We don't have any other explanation. The whole ecosystem seems to depend on magic. Humans rely on magic as well, but not to this extent. The wind blows from gases moving from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. It rains because the sun heats up the water to start a cycle. There's night and day because the world rotates. None of that is magic. It's all learned science. But technically, science is magic and magic can be science. Yet underground, there's only magic to make those things happen. Why? What moves magic to behave in such a way? If one day it decided to stop for whatever reason, did it have to start in the first place? How would the monsters adapt? It was a curious thought. They're clearly doing well for themselves considering their limited space. If the situation reversed, could the magicless humans be able to live underground? No, you don't think so because they're too dependent on freaking magic. There's a heavy crunch in the snow behind you. You turn around and realise you've been followed. There is a massive monster in a spiky armour in front of you. Yet the head is of an adorable white dog. Here comes Greater Dog. It's cold and the air smells of wet dog. Ignore the dog. The dog inches closer. You're going to ignore the dog again. He gets closer. Let's beckon the dog. You call the great dog over and his ears pick up. They bound towards you, flecking slobber in your face. Ugh, gross. Okay, let's pet the dog. He curls up in your lap as they are petted by you. You smooch their squishy cheeks and they let out a little eep. Let's see, pet the dog again. As you pet the dog, they sink further their entire weight into you. Your pet decisively. Pet capacity reach 100%. The dog flops over their legs hanging in the air. Okay, let's play with Greater Dog. You make a snowball and throw it for the dog to fetch. It splats on the floor. Greater Dog picks up all the snow in the air and brings it to you. You praise him for being such a good puppy. That immediately pleases them. You make another snowball and throw it. They bring you more snow. You now have enough snow to make a snow fort. The two of you decide to make a snow fort with Flowey watching on. It was a beautiful snow fort until Greater Dog sneezed and everything falls down. That's okay, at least you had fun. Time to cuddle the dog. You hook your arms around the back of Greater Dog's neck and you give the nose boops and nuzzles. And Greater Dog enthusiastically returns your hug. They squeeze you uncomfortably tight. The two of you enjoy a nice friendly cuddle fest in the remains of your snow fort. After some time, Greater Dog must leave. The two of you say goodbye to each other and it's time to go back to Snowdin. Okay, so now we're gonna go and, of course, take the stick off him. You spot the familiar face. It's your cuddle buddy, even though technically I've got one in my backpack as well. Greater Dog bounds over to you in their armour clanking with each step. They have something in their mouth. When they bend over to show you, you see that it's a stick. They are offering you the stick. You realise that it's a very important to Greater Dog, this stick. It is a treasured stick. You carefully accept the stick. Greater Dog nuzzles your face. Their nose is cold and wet. They lick your cheek. You giggle from how ticklish their nose is on your cheek. They pull away and they wag their tail happily. You thank them for the stick and you decide to keep it in the backpack with Flowey. Why a stick? Flowey wonders as he helps you put away the stick. You gained a stick. Congratulations. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do the dumb thing. Let's go into Grillby's. Because why not? You notice a bar at the far end of the village named Grillby's. You go inside. Hi, Sans. You step inside and immediately greeted by warm air, the smell of greasy food and loud chatter. Loud chatter that immediately dies as soon as you step inside. There are dozens of monsters in the bar, each of them wearing a uniform vaguely similar to Papyrus. You're a fucking dumbass, aren't you? Laugh sounds from the bar. You entered a bar filled with royal guards, really? You don't have a chance to respond because one of the dog gods throws an axe to the side of you right at your head and splits your head open in one clean swipe. You have died. It was an accident. Oh, shut up, Sans. Okay, so now we're gonna go and deal with this. yeah, we're gonna go and read through these. Okay. You hear a groan down an alleyway. Off to the main road, there's an alleyway squashed between two buildings. The building on the left appears to be some kind of barn and grillbees, and the building on the right says Sydney's. You notice a lot of the buildings use an AZ instead of an S. Must be a monster thing. The alley seems to have served as a side road to the connecting shop roads to the homes behind. Down this particular alleyway, you hear a low groan. You see a dog monster laying half buried in the snow. Kill him, says Flowey. What? No. Flowey, what the heck? Don't you see his armor? He's from the Royal Guards, Flowey protests. He'll kill you as soon as he notices you. No, you're not going to kill anyone. Twinkle! You gently pat Flowey. It'll be okay. You approach the monster. He has black and white fur and wears a spiked collar. You bend down to gently shake the monster and he lets out another low groan. You ask the monster if he needs help. Help, I don't. The monster slurs his words and hiccups. He struggles to move and only ends up flailing in the snow. Yes. Thankfully, the dog monster is very lightweight. You move the back part to the front, to face front, and then you hoist the dog onto your back. He weighs less than a standard bicycle, which surprises you as he's an average height. He hiccups into your ear. Gross, he's drunk, Flowey complains. My home, he hiccups again and vaguely points off to the right. With some method, his added weight makes you sink further into the snow with each step. You manage to carry him to his home. He fumbles with his keys before opening the front door. You take him inside and place him on his couch. You give him a good pat because he's a very good boy. You tell him he is a good boy, and his tail wags. Then you take your leave, satisfied with what you have done. Enter Snowdin. Okay, so this is Grillby by here. Honestly, we don't really need to deal with Grillby since I don't think it adds anything to the friendship route at all with him. Because Grillby doesn't... Unless you're going for romance with Grillby, he doesn't even show up at the end, which is kind of a bit sad that he doesn't. But maybe he will if we interact with him. Who am I to assume he won't show up? Maybe I should technically do it. Let's see if he does. You turn your head to look. You see a monster in the shape of a man stepping out the side of Grillby's. The monster is made of purple flames with a magenta centre. The flames darken near the end. You can kind of remember seeing the monster in the back of Grillby's right before you took an axe to the face, but it's really hard to remember. I mean, you got an axe to the face. The monster had stepped out into a small alleyway where you previously helped carry the drunken dog monster home. You can have a better look at him now. He's wearing a black suit pants and a black jacket with a white furred hood lining. It looks similar to Sam's. It looks like he's searching for something. If judging by the way his head swerves left to right, it's an indication. You start to walk over to him, curious if he needs help. Please don't go near the fire monster, Flowey whimpers. Remember, I'm flammable. You reassure him the two of you will be okay and that you won't let him burn him. I'll be hot enough when we've reached Hotland, Flowey insists. Everything will be fine. You approach the monster with a smile on your face and he turns his head to look at you. You don't see a mouth, but he does have narrowing dark blue eyes. It's hard to tell if he's glaring at you, if that's how he normally looks. You offer your help and the monster looks down at you. You smile at him. He cocks his head to the side. A white smile slowly cracks through the bottom of his face. A mouth is formed and he asks you, "Did you see a dog?" "Oh wow, that's a voice. That's a very, very nice voice. That's a soft murmur with a warm crackle underneath. It's not a voice a human throat could ever generate. Hearing it soothes the same way standing next to a campfire soothes a pyromaniac." Very pleasant voice. You hope that means this monster could be a very pleasant friend. See, the problem by here is this is like a hearty romance thing by here, and we can't do that. You're happy to give the monster the good news. You did in fact see a dog. You helped him home. You point in the direction you carried the dog monster home. The monster's eyes narrows into slits. His mouth disappears into his purple flames. The two of you continue to stare at each other for another several long seconds. You wondered it would be like to hug fire. Maybe if you can make friends with him, you'll get to find out. He turns around and immediately heads back inside. Road? Mutters Flowey. Okay, so yeah, we don't get the option to stay about with him. Enter Snowdin. I am really curious though, if he were allowed to just stand there, would he come back out again? And You know, he'd be like, huh, I guess you could be good for a friend. There could be loyal friendship, you know, friendship is still an option. Anyway, you notice some kind of J monster rubbing his antlers frantically against a brick wall. Against the side of the shop. You approach the day and hear him cursing, "Stupid fucking brats!" Oh no. You ask the deer monster if he needs help. He whirls around and you notice he has the body of a deer with a mouth that opens sideways and has many sharp teeth. His antlers go in many different directions and are covered in odd ornaments. "From you, aren't you a human?" he demands. "Yes, you are." "No, fuck off!" You point out that you have 2 hands and opposable thumbs. He stares at you. You stare at him. "You try anything, and I'll gut you." He warns you. You understand and you help remove the goddamn ornaments. You carefully pluck each ornament off and toss it into the snow. Just like, Some of it had been tangled with antlers, so it takes you several minutes. He sighs with relief. Once you're done. "Thanks, human." You introduce yourself. "I'm Grufftroff," he says. "Must say, it's rare to see a human alive, at least. How did you avoid those skeletons?" "You didn't. Papyrus gave you permission to see the village. He's waiting for you up ahead." "Oh, my condolences." "It's a sweet thought, but you find it unnecessary. You won't die." He dips his head to you. "I hope you can enjoy what time you have left." "You will enjoy your time in Snowdin as best you can, considering he has, like, no freaking faith in you." You notice a bunny struggling to clean up toilet paper. She's muttering under her breath as she does. She has a lot of toilet paper to remove. It's likely to take her a long time. You decide to offer a hand. And Flowey senses your intention right away. "What are you doing?" "Why? Shouldn't we focus on getting past Papyrus?" "You'll be okay. It doesn't hurt to help someone." "Here it does. These monsters might not be attacking you right now, but if you give them a chance, they'll kill you. It's a kill or be killed down here, you know." "You aren't dead now, and neither is any other monster. Those aren't the rules you go by." Flowey doesn't know how to argue that. He wilts. I just don't want you to get hurt. Please be careful." You reassure him that you will. You approach the woman with a smile, and she warily eyes you. "What do you want?" You offer to help clean up. "Why?" "Why not?" She squints at you. "Will you let in?" "Yes." She leans back and peers down to the end of the road. You both can see Papyrus waiting for you. She lets out a sigh. Sure, knock yourself out. She's probably thinking, oh, they're going to die anyway. If this is really going to be like their last moments on Earth, fine. I'll get free help, you know. If they really want to do this, then I'll let them. This can be their final, like, the last thing you want to do before you die kind of moment. That's what she's thinking. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. You smile and step up beside her. The two of you work on pulling the toilet paper free. It's trickier than you anticipated, as the toilet paper has been soaked by the snow, so it tears easily. What's your name? She asks. You introduce yourself. I'm Violet, she says. If it's not obvious, I own this shop. You inquire about what she sells. General goods, she says. Some candy. Is it sweet like you? She snores and starts to laugh loud. What a cheeky thing you are. You beam. You ask if she has anything else at her store. What, like human candy? Violet teases, as if the humans that have arrived don't exactly offer their wares. Check your pockets. Do you have any human candy? Sadly not. On your dead phone. She notices. That's a working phone. You explain it works, it's just dead. She holds out a hand. You give her your phone. She looks at the port. Shame the port doesn't match up. She would have let you charge your phone in the store. Sure, why not? You're going to die anyway. Wow, thanks a lot, everyone. So appreciate your faith in me. Thank you, she says. You are not. She gives you an odd smile. The two of you work in tandem for a solid 10 minutes. You get the toilet paper off, but your fingers are very cold and stiff. She looks you over. Her gaze lingers on your fingers. Since you were so sweet and all, she says, why don't you warm up inside for a bit? Oh yes, that sounds nice, doesn't it? You're grateful and accept the offer. Enter Snowdin. What now? It looks like it's time to press on and meet with Papyrus. Your flats crunch in the snow-covered road. You can see Papyrus at the end of the village. You feel much warm after spending time in Violet's shop. Flowey hugs you back. Are you ready? Flowey asks you. Yes, you are. You are filled with determination. Here comes Papyrus. Papyrus is standing between you and the only way of Snowdin. You can do this, Flowey whispers, encouraging you. Yes, you can. There's a thump of warmth inside of you, and you can feel your soul reacting to battle. Its orange light illuminates the world around you, and Papyrus stares at it. Enjoyed a final meal, human? Papyrus asks you, his gaze focused on your soul. Sadly not, since you didn't really get to eat. It's time. I, the great Papyrus, will defeat you here and now, human. As the strongest member of the royal guards, I will not fail. You will die today, human. Papyrus holds out a hand to you. Step forward and meet your demise. You tell Papyrus you do not want to fight. You don't have a choice. If you will not come to me, I will hunt you down. You take a step forward and tell Papyrus you have no intention of hurting him. That's good, because you won't have a chance. The ground rumbles beneath your feet. You look down. You only have a second to register the orange glow when you suddenly have no vision. There's pain between your eyes. You've died. At least you died in battle, humans. That is the only mercy I know. Gosh darn it all, Papyrus. You anticipate the attack beneath you and quickly step back. Your eyes widen in surprise. Where you once stood is now a glowing orange bone. You realise this must be what impaled you before. Congratulations, human. You were fast enough to survive the first move, says Papyrus. You cannot tell if he's being sarcastic or not. You thank him anyway. Papyrus tilts his head and his red pupils glow dullly inside his eye sockets. Remaining polite will not get you far, human. As a member of the Royal Guards, I have a duty to kill you. Words were not to sway me. You tell him you don't want to fight him. I can see that, but you barely see something in your peripheral vision. Gosh darn it, Papyrus. This fight here was not necessary, sir. It was not necessary at all. Anyway, you barely see the orange dot in your peripheral vision before you feel something slam into the side of your head. Your whole body goes numb and tingly except for your head. Your head is on fire. The pain is so intense you want to scream, but you cannot. You see the top of your head slide off in front of you and it hits the ground before you finally die. You have died. Lose something, human. Oh my god, bro, that was funny. I know. Wait, Sense, stop spying on us! Sorry, bro. Here comes Papyrus. Okay. Beneath you quickly step back. Let's Bumby here. Another orange bone pierces the air where you were. You take another step back. Papyrus seems to frown. Your reactions are better than expected, human. I will have to step it up. Oh dear, sounds like you'll need to focus. You brace yourself for the oncoming attack. The ground rumbles beneath you, and you remember from your earlier deaths what that means. You jump out of the way as several orange bones shoot up from the snow-covered earth. Through the corner of your eye, you see orange dots, and you are ducking without thought. You dodge 3 more tasks, but you are smidgen too slow for the Ebott barrage. In rapid succession, you are impaled by several separate attacks. One in your leg, one in your arm, one in your gut, one in your shoulder, and one in your lungs. Well, at least it didn't get my head this time. Tearing, burning, dilapidating pain fills you. Your mouth fills with blood as you drown in your own fluids. You cannot speak. You cannot make any noise aside from gurgling as you choke and die slowly. You have died. I don't want to do this, human. Why did you come here? Oh god, I just realized that is such a horrible way to die via Papyrus, because you are dying slowly and Papyrus tends to just want to, like, you know, kill you right then. That must have been pretty horrible for him. Pretty traumatizing. Okay, we avoided him, and then you roll forward. You roll forward to avoid the barrage. It is frantic and thoughtless move to avoid the barrage. Unfortunately, in your panic to not die painfully again, you put too much effort in your roll, and you roll directly into an awaiting bone that impales you like a knife. Like a knife in butter. You've died. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's pretty... I mean, put Papyrus at this rate. Okay. So this time we're going to roll forward to avoid the barrage and pop back up before you hit the next attack. You have popped back up in front of Papyrus. You offer him a small smile and say you don't want to fight. Papyrus steps back from you, his hand clenched in the fist. It does not matter, human. I have to do this. In this world, it's kill or be killed. You disagree. You tell him you don't have to fight. Ha! He scoffs. You tell him neither of you have to fight. And what would you suggest? Papyrus snaps at you. I let you go and what? You will die anyway. You will not? What is up with everybody having so little faith for me and me like having way too much faith and me surviving over an hour? Oh well, you won't stay dead. You offer him a smile. You won't die, neither will any monster. You don't want to hurt anyone, and you think Papyrus feels the same. You want to show him mercy and you ask he does the same to you. Absurd. Me show a human mercy? Papyrus throws his head back. His head back and laughs. It feels false though. I am the great Papyrus. I the highest count human. Do you understand what that means? It means that I have to capture and kill more humans than any other royal guard. It's all I do. It's all I can ever do. You disagree and your mind went about his puzzles. Puzzles to trap and kill humans. Regardless of their intention, they were nice puzzles. They are similar things on the surface, minus the lethality. He shakes his head fiercely. Stop trying to sway me, human. You will die. If not by me, by someone else. Sans. You won't die. And he doesn't have to fight you. He hesitates. Why are you trying so hard, human? You want to be his friend. I don't understand. I tried to kill you repeatedly. You don't even seem angry. Also, considering the fact that this whole entire time, most likely what has happened is Sans has been watching that whole entire fight, it must have been pretty hard for him to see Papyrus, like, slowly go down from being confident at the start to then suddenly starting to show more and more, like, how he really feels. That underneath it all, because Sans is aware that Papyrus doesn't like doing this, and from fighting us, it was slowly cracking through into, like, breaking the wall down to reveal what the monster's really feeling. And that was pretty hard for him. Papyrus shifts his weight in easily. It's hard to read his expression, but you get the distinct feeling he's uncomfortable, remorseful. You remind him that you are alive now. But do you not think I am capable of it, human? No, you are quite sure he could kill you, and has killed you, and will kill you. However, you also think he could not kill you too. That would be nice. You think you two could be friends, really good friends. You give him a smile and hold out your hand. You would like to be his friend if he would accept it. Papyrus stares at your hand for several seconds. His hands are clenched into fists. You keep your hand out, patiently waiting. His voice is small when he asks, why? You think he's great. Papyrus carefully considers your words. I am. Very well, human. I will give you a chance. Stay alive and I will let you call yourself a friend of the great Papyrus. Be grateful, human. I am sparing you. For now. You give Papyrus a hug. Stop touching my bro. Sans, you are not in the scene. But what is the human doing? He stiffens immediately at your contact. It takes him a solid 10 minutes to process what you've done before he starts to awkwardly pat your back. Human, are you broken? You tell him this is what our friends do. I see. Papyrus hesitantly hugs you back. Yay, you did it. You survived Snowdin and made a friend. It's a shame we can't make friends with Sans. Is this normal? Papyrus asks Flowey while he hugs you. Yeah, Flowey says. Strange. Yeah, agrees Flowey. It's time to leave Snowdin. Way! You died 8 times. You could have died less, but that's okay. Maybe the next area will be kinder. I think it's because I allowed me to die inside the Grillbee scene, because I wanted to know whether or not you could befriend Grillbee in the friendship route. I don't know if you really can make him pop up at the end, but we'll find out, won't we? You got a stick. Wonder what that could mean. You were on the friendship route. That's so wonderful. Okay, so we're still on the friendship route. There is a neutral/bad ending. Well, I don't know if it really counts as a bad ending. Like, there is a way to get the neutral ending that ends directly at Judgment Hall. So, I'm going to try to also do the neutral ending too, to wrap it up. But we're on the friendship route right now, so that's good. We just finished Snowdin. Yay! Let's move on.